Well, welcome everybody. I am here with two amazing women that I've known for, I don't know, for years, for quite a long time. Love you both. I've got Teresa Dilts. She's the chair for the 2020 Fashion Impact Awards. Alyssa Dilts, board member, Fashion Institute Midwest and Fashion Institute Guild. Ladies, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you.
You're so welcome.
So, okay, Alyssa, we're going to start with you. Let's just talk first about the Fashion Institute Midwest. Let's just start there, and then we'll talk a little bit about the Guild.
Certainly. The Fashion Institute Midwest was born out of the need of our regional fashion designers to have better resources in order to support them right here in the Midwest. So opposed to them going outside to these major colleges and getting that education elsewhere, we wanted to create that right here within our community.
Yeah, and how long? I mean, when does this start? It seemed like, was it like a decade ago or not that?
Not quite. We're not quite to the 10-year mark, but it's been remarkable. You actually were the MC for the very first ever Fashion Impact.
I remember that. I remember that. Omar Center. Yes.
Yep. So we were formed prior to that, but then our first gala was about a year after that. So this is our fifth gala, and yeah, I just was remembering that you were emceeing. So you've been there from the beginning, which is so phenomenal.
Yeah, and time just flies. I mean, time just flies. And then the Fashion Institute Guild was created. And talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so the board, we really do the work behind the scenes in providing the opportunities for the designers, the programming. We now have a workroom in Makerhood, near North Makerhood district. And so those have been all these huge projects that we had to conceive and then put into action and kind of reaching those goals. But that was a small group of people that have kind of been in the community and making that happen. But we wanted to be able to reach the entire community. So opposed to just a few of us doing the projects, we have the Guild in order to have that community outreach. So with that, we have at times over 100 members that are involved on that. And they might range from anyone that's just interested in fashion and think it's fun to get dressed up and do events, to even our little figlets. We have little kids that are members of the Guild as well, the figlets. And this year, with all of the changes that have happened with COVID, we've been even doing everything online and virtually. We have a VP of membership of the Guild, Heather Hooten, who has just pushed the programming through and had virtual. We did an embroidery class virtually. We did a jewelry making class right around the time of Mother's Day. And then our figlets even did an in-person, socially distanced event outside making tie-dye t-shirts for the 4th of July. So that really is that piece that anyone can join and be a part of, and then support the FIM board that really is the physical space and the programming for the designers.
Yeah. And I think with many nonprofits, I mean, COVID-19 has presented so many challenges, but it's also created so many more possibilities when it's like, oh my gosh, we can do all this online and we can have people joining us, so you're not having to gather in a space or make time out of your day. I think the reach, have you seen your reach expanded?
Oh, absolutely. We've had, so on the Guild side of things, when we did that jewelry making workshop, we had moms of people, or mom sisters from all over Kansas City, even into Colorado as well, that joined us on that one. And then for the designers that we serve, we've been doing workshops and had guest speakers in. Boris Powell was a speaker this past weekend. We've had designers from New York that have called in and been able to present. So that stretch just goes so much further than having to be here physically. And so, and able to serve so many more people, both on the board side with the designers as well as with the Guild, really just proves to the strength of our community and the silver lining in this COVID-19 pandemic.
Well, let's talk about the Fashion Impact Awards, because that's this event that really celebrates people in the fashion industry in Omaha, whether they were like trailblazers or trendsetters or whatnot. Because so I'm going to ask you this, Teresa. What year is this? What year is this for the Fashion Impact?
We started in 2014.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So I think we're maybe the 7th year. And the Fashion Impact Awards started back then with Alyssa and me as a helper. I don't remember. We were at the Omar building, as you remember. I
Yep.
remember hauling in all kinds of things into the Omar building to make the event so special. But the gala is the main fundraiser for Fashion Impact Award, or excuse me, Fashion Impact Midwest. And that money that we raise at the gala supports anything from rent to the workroom manager's salary, to some of the classes. Many of the classes are free, and the designers can use that space for free at the Makerhood District at the Midco building.
Yeah.
And the categories that are supported that we honor are the business community, design, and education. The award actually embodies the Fashion Institute Midwest's 4 pillars of success. That's creative inspiration, technical training, resources, and business education.
Yeah. So this year, as with so many other events, it's going to be virtual, and we're going to talk about the specifics, but I also just want to talk a little bit about the award recipient this year, because you're just doing one award this year. Is that correct?
That's correct.
So, yeah. So in previous years, we've had anywhere from 3 to 5 award winners that we've wanted to honor. But this year, because everything is so different, we really looked at people that have supported us from the very beginning. And one of those people has been Deanna Bosselman. And what made her so special for this year is she actually went back and got her master's degree in science and philanthropy from Columbia University just a couple of years ago.
I remember that.
And that really spoke to what's so important in our world today, that these nonprofits, just like ours, and as well as so many others, that are really trying to keep our doors open and keep our mission going.
Yeah.
And so with her work to find that later in her life as a mission that she's driven to, we just found it so appropriate to focus on the one honoree and someone that's been there from the very beginning for us.
So how can people, I mean, the event is on October 10th, Friday. So how can people purchase tickets, and kind of what's the agenda, so to speak, for the evening?
So what you can do if you want to watch virtually, you can go online to the fashioninstitutemidwest.org, and there's a drop down that says Fashion Impact Awards, and you click buy a ticket. It's $50 to attend virtually. So it's really a great way to donate some money and watch what's going on.
Yeah.
We're going to do some of a somewhat modified live auction. Deanna's going to be speaking. Alyssa will be speaking. And we'll have some live streaming going on with Alyssa at her party. There's about 6 parties going on that have 10 individuals actually attending live with masks. And we'll be able to do a text to donate, which we're calling Raise the Cell Phone. And even now, someone can text text FIA 2020 to 474747 and donate if they'd like to. And people can go to the Fashion Institute Midwest.org to become a sponsor too. There's many different levels to actually do sponsoring. So those are the main ways.
Well, I just love, again, as you know, as things are getting kind of shaken up this year, rather than not doing it or canceling, you're looking at different ways to continue the event, and also everything else you're doing, which, I mean, bravo. Being able to just expand your reach and saying, you know what, we're going to figure this out, and we're going to create even more regardless of what's happening in the world.
Absolutely. I mean, and that was really what was so cool about our guild board was, no, we still want to have it. Let's do it. Let's rethink this. And really kudos to our hostesses who are spending all of their own money. Before, when we would have a live event, certainly we'd have a budget and that sort of thing. All of these hostesses are underwriting these personally, the parties, and paying for all their food and drinks for their guests. And so we're just really hoping our guests come and, raise those cell phones a lot or donate to us for sure. And then Also look out after the event. We have a ton of announcements coming the night of the event. Huge changes within our group that are really, really exciting. So definitely we're talking about doing a follow-up before. We'll have to do that. For sure.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, we are out of time. I'm actually going to hop on and get my ticket today and encourage everybody else to do that. But thank you, ladies, for joining me. I'm so excited for this event, and then just what the future holds for everything you're doing. So thanks so much.
Thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome.
And thank you for having us. We appreciate it, Andy.
You're welcome. I will see you later and in person soon, I hope. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.